Fight Time Network.
Welcome back to Fight Time Network. We got the recap of UFC 312 coming right at you. How you doing this evening, Lee?
Great. What a wild card that turned out to be. Couple of long decisions, but overall good card, entertaining. Can't complain, man. You can never good complain with a good Saturday of fights, especially when you're winning bets.
I was hoping everybody tuned into the prelims. They were fire. Great fights leading all the way up to the Boar Fest a little bit. In the main card. Either way, we still got some good stuff to talk about.
Hell, it opened up hot, man.
What's up?
It opened up hot, man. 19 seconds KO. Yeah. I was like, fuck, here we go.
Oh, it was beautiful. Starting off the main card, we had Jake Matthews beating Francisco Prado by decision. This was a really good fight. It's just every time Matthews came in, he's landing 2 or 3. Prado would catch him every now and then, but there was just no follow-up punches that he could land on Jake Matthews.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake Matthews had the reach advantage there. Ultimately, Prado was trying to get in. I'm surprised Prado didn't try to grapple more, but ultimately Jake Matthews has like 14 or some odd wins by submission. Yeah. But man, credit to Matthews, as good as a grappler that he is. Whenever people try to engage with him, he just, if you don't engage with Matthews in the grappling, he ain't going to engage with you. He's going to keep it on the feet and make it an entertaining bout. I had Matthews in this to either get the KO off one of those counter shots or drag it to a decision, which he certainly did in dominant fashion.
Yeah, I actually had it going the other way. I just didn't think Jake Matthews was going to be able to stay out of the way of Prado coming forward the whole time, and he controlled the fight. He got my respect 100%. He came in and literally stopped everything, all 3 rounds of everything I thought Prado could do with him.
I saw Prado at least landing like one takedown or, getting something grappling going. That was unfortunate, but one-way traffic for Jake Matthews. He was 2-1 underdog. The line on his KO and decision even moved up from 140 to 185 at close. Hell, going to decision moved up at -110.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. Good on Matthews.
Yep. Hell of a fight. Matthews got my respect for sure. Moving on to Jimmy Crute and Rodolfo Bellato go to a draw. I don't know. I guess you could say it was close enough. I'm pretty sure Bellato, the one takedown he got saved his ass. But
Yeah, that first round was really something, man. He really beat the brakes off him. He was on top of him. And ultimately, he was, got a 10-8 round. But, Bellato rallied back. He was landing shots. He was getting takedowns. And Jimmy Crute was so tired by the end. Tired.
It's just, my rounds here, he looked rough in round 2, and he still looked decent, and he put up decent numbers in round 3, but he just couldn't keep up. Bellato kept really good distance, and he really pulled together his boxing, truthfully. Absolutely.
But I think Jimmy Crute's stock goes up in this one.
It was a good
hopefully
fight.
He's at least going to get one more, good spot on the card fight, and ultimately, hopefully he doesn't gas out trying to find the finish in the first, but fair game. Everybody and their brother thought Bellato was done in the first, and somehow he toughed it out to survive. And if Jimmy Crute didn't look so damn tired and winded in the third, there could even be an argument to give him the nod, because it's not like Bellato ran away with it in the third. He just landed a little bit more and looked a little bit more fresh.
Who knows? Maybe they'll even run it back. Never know.
It was a draw. It was a draw.
It was a good fight. They might run it back again. But either way, both of them showed up and put out. Just Bellato just couldn't get up in the first round. That's all.
Absolutely.
He beat the hell out. Well, it's a hell of a fight. Even in the second round, it's 46-48. Third round, 33-40 when he really started looking gassed. But both these guys put on a hell of a fight.
Definitely more exciting than the last two. That's for certain. We got other than Rongzu and Steele, that was probably one of the most in fighters in the game fight of the nights there.
Yeah,
Like both
it was
those
a tough
guys
one.
showed up to fight, and that's probably the runner up for the fight of the night if it didn't go
I
to Steele
agree.
and Ronzu.
Moving on to Texera knocking out Tafa with a big old elbow from 6 foot. I mean, he's 6'6".
Fuck, you called it. You
30
called it.
seconds into round one. Yeah, he embarrassed him like I exactly thought it was going to
Yeah.
be done.
I thought Tafa would have it. I just, thought it was overhyped. And then I just seen him walking out. I was like, oh, man, he really is big.
Yeah, he's
Man, he
huge.
probably could get a hold of him. Man, he will push him back. And then that elbow, man, just knocked his eye, like his left eye into his right eye.
And I feel like Tafa, once he really got in the cage with him, he was like, shit. All right, he's a lot bigger than I expected. Because who are you going to find to train against such a massive human being? Who knows on that one? But it was a good knockout. I mean, you can still see in Texera's style, his form, and things like that. He has a lot to learn. But by God, is he a scary one. All righty. Moving on to the co-main event of UFC 312. Weili Zhang put on a clinic against Tatiana Suarez. Yes, it went to decision. But Weili Zhang actually defended 14 out of 15 takedowns. Tatiana Suarez was just a loose fish out of water. It seemed like it was crazy.
In the first round, when she got her down, when she got Weili down, I was like, okay, here we go. This is what we expected out of Suarez. She's already inside control. Boom, she's going to pass for that mount. She's going to grab the neck. Here we go. Typical Suarez fight, even if this goes 5 rounds. Right. But then Weili was able to rally back to the feet and really was not taken down and dominantly again. Tatiana Suarez was not hanging out with her on the feet by any means. Weili was just way quicker. Suarez gassed herself out trying to land that takedown like a strong lady. Like, I mean, even a couple of those guillotine attempts were from like the worst position that you would ever want to attempt a guillotine from. And a couple, like, I mean, if that wasn't Zhang Weili, they likely would have finished them. Suarez is going to be able to compete with anybody in the top 10 from what we've seen there, but Weili really has gone on a whole nother level from being out wrestled by Rose Namajunas to beating one of the most heavily hyped potential prospects in Tatiana Suarez in some time in the women's strawweight division.
Yeah, literally, she surprised the hell out of me, dude. Like, I can't believe she defended 14. I seriously probably expected about 5 takedowns from Suarez minimum over 5 rounds. And I'd say in the second round, she defended like 3 straight. I'm like, uh-oh. Old girl's got a problem. Pieced her up terribly on her feet. Suarez didn't even get a significant strike in the second round. 1 in the 5th round. 3 in the 4th round. And you got to think here, Zhang only got 1 takedown herself. Literally just kept it on her feet, put on a clinic, looked amazing. I don't have one bad word to say about that performance, truthfully.
Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. It'll be interesting to see if they match her up with Shevchenko if she goes up the weight class, because, I mean, we thought the weight was going to be a factor with Suarez ultimately, but Zhang Weili is really coming to her own. She's really... We've seen far, far leaps of improvement. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that division afterwards. And Tatiana Suarez needs to fight Mackenzie Dern next after that.
I agree. That'd be a good matchup. We'll see. I don't know. I think she'll take a break off for a while because that was pretty bad. But Weili Zhang come to the top, and she stays, my friend.
Absolutely. Super fight with Shevchenko should be the next one. Really see. Take my money.
On to your main event. Dricus du Plessis, 5-round decision, unanimous over Sean Strickland. Beat the heck out of him, boy. It was a clinic.
Yeah,
there's no going back and saying nothing now, that's for sure.
It's hard to with Dricus du Plessis. Like every time, like I mean, he's had what there was 9 fights in the UFC so far, and every fight, everybody wonders how he's going to win, but he somehow ultimately does it. And the argument's always the same. Like the first couple of times, it was who is this guy? Like on Trayvon Giles, where he's getting backed up, and then just I think even Trayvon won the first fight with Dricus, and then came into the second round, pushed him back, and got that 1-2. The guy finds a way to win every single time. And right from the jump, we sort of seen it going that way. Right after that first round was argumentative whether or not it was for Strickland. I think one judge gave it to him. But after that, it was like, oh, okay, this one's all DDP all day long.
Yeah, the only other one you can judge for him maybe is round 4, but that's when he broke his nose, right? It was round 4.
Yeah.
So he outstruck him, but I don't think it mattered at that point.
No.
He was hurt we're trying to reset his nose. He's lucky Dricus didn't jump on him like a spider monkey.
Yeah. Makes you wonder what is coming at the other end when you're standing in front of Dricus du Plessis. Like what is he hitting you with? Where is it coming from? Like, I guess that's the reason he's the champ.
Yeah, he is. Like everybody said, he has the most weird, awkward style, and he makes it work.
Yep.
Like you can't train for that. Throwing punches from angles you've never seen before at that level is even amazing.
Yeah. The question is Hamzat big enough, though? Because Hamzat was originally a welterweight, and then you got DDP talking about going up to 205. And DDP is a very, very large middleweight.
Very large middleweight. Massive, actually. Like, fucking huge.
We see Hamzat out of DDP, and then, if DDP somehow gets through that, which 9 straight fights says that he will. Like, I mean, we seen Chimaev with Gilbert Burns. We seen him with Kamaru Usman. I think if you think DDP beats Usman or think DDP beats Burns, then I mean ultimately could be a close one with Chimaev. Could be one of those lay and praise. Maybe he relies on his wrestling, but I mean also 5 rounds. I mean Chimaev's never fought 5 rounds, and DDP ultimately has he's gone 50 minutes with Sean Strickland. Went into the 4th with Izzy. The next 2 fights for Dricus, especially if he beats Chimaev, will be his call to fame.
Yeah, straight up. Oh, that'd be. I don't even know how that fight play out.
Mm-hmm.
In my head right now, I'm trying to see Khamzat trying to take Dricus down.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. I tried to think of it too. It's just like
hard sight to put in your head.
Yeah, like I don't like with the way we've seen Khamzat take others down and who he's faced, I don't see that going with DDP.
Me neither.
Well, it's crazy.
What's up?
It's crazy to think that as we were watching this guy beat Strickland for the first time in Canada, that he's potentially, just 1-2, at most 3 fights away for being, one of the best middleweight champions we've ever saw.
Straight up, dude. Who would have ever thought, especially last time he fought Strickland, and everybody's like, oh, he didn't win that fight. He don't deserve to be champ. And he comes back, beats him up like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can DDP defend the takedown for 3 rounds?
He's beat Izzy. He's beat Whittaker. He's beat Till. He's beat Strickland twice. We just hate him because he's beat all our heroes, man. But
yeah. We'll see if he can defend the takedown, though. It's different with Khamzat. It is, and everybody said it is. So
yeah.
He'll have time to prepare. He's going to be wrestling his ass off here for a while. Oh, I can't wait for that fight. And you all should be stoked, too. That's what I'm saying. All right. All righty, y'all. That is your UFC 312 recap. See y'all next time.
Woo!
Fight Time Network.